Hello and welcome to another Webinar Wednesday. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit about what CustomerHub is, how you can use it, and if you already have it, maybe a couple ideas for you of how to better get out of it what you may have hoped for. So, long story short, for those who are unaware, CustomerHub is Infusionsoft's membership management platform, and it manages and enables you to provide video content, other type of audio content, download content, and you can choose whether or not the individual can simply view the video or audio file, for example, or whether they can actually also download the file. So it allows you to have a little more content protection if you're providing any sort of audio or video content. The files, obviously, the downloads are available in the CustomerHub platform. Will actually store and house all of your content, and you can easily choose what to upload and when. And the huge benefit of CustomerHub is that it is very tightly connected to Infusionsoft to allow for the interfacing and content protection off of what tag someone has or what purchase someone's made. But the benefit that you can do is take that to another level when it comes to, let's just say someone had purchased your online training course, and if their payment defaults on their subscription within Infusionsoft, we can easily set up an action to apply a certain tag, and then that tag would change what they see when they log into CustomerHub, saying, obviously your billings needing to be updated. We've charged you a time or two and it seems to have failed. And the other benefit that comes along with that is in CustomerHub itself, they can actually go in and update their billing right there. You don't have to fuss with the emails being sent from Infusionsoft for the update links, or trying to mask an order form to look like a credit card update page. You know what I mean? So you have a lot of benefit there. And let's talk about some drawbacks. What are the limitations? CustomerHub itself is on its own location, its own website. So it'll be whatever your by default, whatever your Infusionsoft application name, it'll be that.customerhub.net. However, that is changeable. You can actually call Infusionsoft's tech support and request that your CustomerHub URL or name be updated to whatever you want it to be. You cannot do that, obviously, with Infusionsoft's account, but on the CustomerHub, since it's client-facing, you have the option. But it'll be whatever you change it to, .customerhub.net. That won't change. Clients will be able to either register themselves, and we can walk through a little bit of how to do that, or they'll be automatically added and they'll be able to log into CustomerHub. What they see, when they see it, what is released to them, and how is all determined by you. You have the flexibility to set that up. If we even look under some of our pages here, for example, you can build out your pages to be whatever you want it to be. By default, you already get some standard things like your My Account page, where they'll have access to their credit cards on file, subscriptions or invoices that they have outstanding. You can create pages, and you can see right now I have permissions. These currently is set to public, but if I wanted to go to my videos page and then I wanted to update my permissions, so only someone who's bought a certain product or someone who has a certain tag can do this. So you can easily adjust groups and create groups for permissions, or you can say what tag should they have or what subscription should they have to be able to access these pages. So there's a lot of capabilities there. When it comes to file upload, your library section houses your video, audio, images, as well as member files. Member files are basically anything that you want to download. If you want them to download videos, audios, documents, PDFs, you'll put them in member files. Video, audio, or images are images that they can't download or take. So it's viewable for them. CustomerHub has its own video player, and it'll encode your video and all of that. Obviously, it has its own audio player as well. And you'll also notice that there's something called partials. Partials are basically smaller chunks of a page that you can tell it what partial you want to be associated with that page. And then whenever that, if there's permissions, for example, on the partial, you can easily have them released. Now let me give you an example of how that would ever look. Let's just say you have a couple different tabs on your membership site. Maybe one is your weekly training videos. Maybe one is, news and information, something of that sort. Where if the training videos, let's say it's a 5-week course, you have, when they log in, week 1 already available to them. So that's what they see. But you have just one kind of My Videos page. So in the My Videos page, you could have layered basically partial 1. So it'll contain all the information and details and video for week 1. And then below it, partial 2 is there, but they, haven't reached week 2 yet, so that doesn't show up. But you can structure it so it's all already on the page. It's just simply, again, these partials are basically time-released chunks of content that you can, again, like in the case of the week 1 through 5, you can leave week 1 displaying when week 2 becomes available, or you can have it remove itself or now appear on a previous training courses section or something of that sort. So it can all be built on one page, and that the partial obviously allows you to do it. Whereas a page, you can make permission-based the whole page, but anything on the page would be accessible unless you did it like in the partial setup like I'm talking about, where you have chunks of other content that might be permission-based when they get a certain tag or something of that sort to roll out to them when you want it and how you want it. So how you can interface with that is over in for example, an Infusionsoft campaign where you could easily time release some of the content. I've set up 3 different examples of when and how you might want to add people to CustomerHub. One is if maybe they purchase some sort of online training or sign up for some sort of promotion that you're going to give them content, or if you want to manually add them to CustomerHub, just tagging them. In either case, once you have CustomerHub, in your process section, you'll have this icon to say, add to CustomerHub. All you have to do is open it up, add whatever the CustomerHub name is for your application there, and you're done. So that'll register them for CustomerHub. You can apply, again, a tag that might release or give them general access to whatever it is you want the initial people to see. And then you might want to send them their welcome information about, here's where you log in, here's your email and password, and I'll show you how that's referenced. And then after that, you can keep it in here or in another sequence, but you might say, okay, this tag represents week 1. Then maybe I want to wait a week and then come in here and then apply week 2's tag. And again, now, if I want to remove week 1's content to only allow them to focus on the week that they're in, I can also apply a tag to say remove, for example, whatever week 1's content was, that tag, and then apply week 2's tag as an example. Or if you don't want their access to be cut to the previous content, just do it like this, where you simply now apply week 2's tag. And then again, your permissions in CustomerHub would have been set to say, only allow this video and content to show up if they have the week 2 tag. And then once they get it, it automatically will update and they'll be able to see week 2's content. So you can obviously then carry that on, so on and so forth, to add and update other things. So this will allow you to not only take care of that, but if you want to have upsells or promotions or surveys or anything like that built into your membership site, depending on how they answer it, maybe you want to release different images to them. Or maybe it's kind of a workflow course and you want to display what point they are at in that process and update kind of a status bar image or something like that. you can easily do that by having, for example, the status bar be a partial, and you have, based on what week they're on or what they finished, they'll get different tags, and it simply updates that image with the various other images that you have of the progress bar getting filled up. So that's one example for you about how to kind of use the permissions to get set up, going through all the details of how to set up the permissions and putting content and uploading and everything. We'll kind of highlight today, but we won't go incredibly in depth into them. So if we, for example, take a look at the video page, let's see some of the similarities as far as how we build the page, what it looks like. You can see over here on the right hand side, we have all of the different things that, for example, I can upload an image right here and then insert it. I could maybe upload audio files. I have some video. I have some downloadable files, other user fields, so I can insert, just like a merge field, this is what this is talking about, like their name and email and company information. And then obviously the partials, like you mentioned, you can get a right side column, you could get other content that you've built out in permission based. Action links we'll get more into down the road, but action links are essentially, if they click on this link, then update their permissions to be this, or change their tags, or do this or that, give them access to something else. So you can build out your content however you want. So if you come back to the pages here, and let's just take a general site preview, let's see where we're at. So right now I've uploaded just a test video to see how it would look. You can change the styling quite extensively. You can adjust this. You can see I have multiple tabs. I've got different things going on. You can easily adjust some of this. You can see that they have my account and profile, all this kind of thing. So they could update their own contact information as needed. So that's kind of a huge convenience point. So it's just a matter of kind of messing around with it a little bit and making it what you want, because there are plenty of, if we go under our admin thing, let's take a look at changing the theme just to see what we have. So I've currently got it selected under this one, where it's kind of a darker background, and you can see a little bit of the layout. And notice, keep in mind where the tabs are located here. So if we look under, we've got a couple others. So there's a more of a right side column set up here, different color pattern, but again, any of the colors you can change. The tabs are a little different there on the top. This one has a left side column, which gives you some other content, and the tabs are a little different now. You can see they stand out a little more. This one, similarly, a little bit different setup. These ones have the tabs down the side. This one's way over on the left side of the page. A little bit different here as well. So you can see there are plenty of options to choose from. And whatever it is you decide to go with, again, just know that you actually don't have to know code to customize your theme. If you come right here, customize your theme, you'll see it gives you a preview option, and you have, for example, the general colors, the navigational, header, color, footer, whatever. You can change your colors here just by giving this a click, choose what you want. Or again, you could use the little color picker tool I mentioned on Firefox as a free add-on called Rainbow to get this hex code that you might want to get an exact color from your site, for example. You could change the font size, color, and you'll see what it looks like here and what you're changing. So definitely a kind of a neat thing to play around with and make sure it's going to look like what you want it to. So you see there's plenty of different options. If you want to get fancy and do more things, you can see here's a default side column you could add content to. You could actually access the style sheet for CSS changes. You can update and change your actual company logo. Here's again the column content, similar to a page. You can add whatever you want. And this is kind of the column it's referring to. Excuse me. So that's a little bit about CustomerHub, where you can add your content, change a few things, obviously preview the site, and you can preview it and adjust the permissions that it's presuming you have as you preview it. So you can, for example, say, show me as if I'm week 1. What would I see? and you'll be able to see that in your preview. From there, you'll obviously be able to, the members, once they're registered for CustomerHub, you'll be able to have the information here. It ties to their Infusionsoft ID. And how this actually works is when it registers a client through this action here, all that it does is on a contacts record, if we open up one of them here, so we'll come over to our video test contact we know is in CustomerHub. So obviously you have your basic information, but you'll find under the additional info, the password field is what is used for their login credential. So you have your email is what your clients will use to log in. And then under the additional info tab Infusionsoft uses the password field for their actual password to log in. So when you're building out the email within the campaign, for example, and come over here, you'll want to use the merge field for the password, and that's just found under the additional section for your merge fields. So if we open this up, you can see additional, and then as I scroll down, let's just see right there, password. So you'll be able to insert their password in here, provide them the email, and then the overall link to log in would be just this portion right here, whatever it is, .customerhub.net. That's where they can go to log in, and you can alter again some of the colors and whatnot, how your images of what your login page looks like, but feel free to look around on that. Then you just add the basic information there of where they go, their username and password, or their email and password rather, and then they'll have what they need to get set up and logged in. So that's again just an example of once you've got them purchased, then you can build that out. Now let's just say that they default on a subscription, one of their billing. How do we update it? That's found under your e-commerce settings and under the billing automation tab. And you can set up right here, so when a credit card auto charge, again an auto charge is automatically charging for a subscription or something, then you have, if it's going to fail and it contains a certain product or any product, then on the first failure, or you could give them a little leeway and do the second or third failure, do this, run this action, apply this tag. So you'll be able to choose which one you want, add the trigger. It opens up a window where you can say when an auto charge fails and contains whatever product, then like apply this tag that says, billing defaulted, or whatever you want to do that will trigger an action in a campaign to remove their other tags, and maybe CustomerHub will have a page set up for billing defaulted tag is its permission. So whenever they get the tag, it'll display a message for them and they have access no longer to any other page within CustomerHub until they update their thing. So once they've updated it, you can do the same kind of thing and say, when an auto charge is successful and the previous auto charge for this failed, then again, if you have product specific, do so. Then apply another tag that says, paid current, and then that'll apply the tags, back on them that they had, and remove the billing defaulted tag, and then of course that message no longer displays for them, and then they're back in business and ready to keep going. So that's just an option for you, one way to see how you can alter using Infusionsoft, a little bit about what they see even based on the billing pattern. You could also do different things off of like a survey that you might want to embed onto your CustomerHub page, where if they answer a certain way, then of course if it's an Infusionsoft form, we can tag them based on their answer, and that tag can release other content or permissions or whatever it is that you might want to provide them, or things to work on or improve, or whatever it might be. So that's one choice for you. So we've already discussed the pages. Once you are in, you can obviously up here just hit create a page or set up templates and choose a template that you already have. You could preview each one of the pages if you want, delete them. Those that are in draft mode, of course, don't show up on the navigation, not when you're on the preview. If, however, you want to make it invisible in the navigation but live, it would just be like a back-end page on your website where your page is up, and if they have the link to it, they'll get to it, but they don't see it on the menu. So that's similarly what you can do here, and easily set up any number of pages that you might want and do different things based on them. The order of the pages does matter. If I have all of them public and all of them visible and anyone can see them, whatever I have on the very top here is the first page that they see when they log in. If I want the test code page to be my home page, basically, I just drag it and move it to the top there. And so when I log in, now I'll see this page. So that is something to be aware of. So are there file size limitations? Unless they've made changes, no, there are not. The shorter the file, the better you'll have, obviously, is speed getting it uploaded. Same thing with any of the other files here. It's down the road, I can't guarantee that there won't be any total cap of size limitation there, but right now, at least as the information I've been understanding is there isn't a cap on that. But if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to tech support at Infusionsoft and speak with CustomerHub there, and they'll be able to guide you and get you the information you need. So other than that, that is the basics of CustomerHub, how to start with some of the information and what to do with it. We've looked at permissions. We've looked a little bit about what partials are and what you can do with action links, some of the basic content. We've obviously set up in the Infusionsoft end how to get people registered on different methods of entry, and using it to also manage some of their billing if they default. So let me know if you have any questions. There weren't any questions submitted this week, so feel free to jump in and fill out the form below our video here if you do have any, and we can try and get you sorted out. So thanks again for watching, and take care, and hopefully you have a great holiday season. But if you tune in next week, look forward to speaking with you then.